Now, I may be a bit biased, but the catching position in baseball is one of the most important positions in the game. Now, what is the catch position? Let's pretend my hat is the plate. And basically, the catcher is just going to stand behind the plate, the batter's box here, and the umpire behind me. And I'm just going to catch the ball from the pitcher. Now, let's talk about the equipment and what the catcher does more extensively. I'll start with the shin guards. The shin guards are very important to the catcher. Made of hard plastic, so in case the ball goes in the dirt, I won't get injured. Another very important part is the are the knee savers. And they do exactly what the name says. They protect my knee from getting worn out from crouching for so long. It may not look like much, but when you're crouching for several hours in a game, it saves your knees. The next piece of equipment is the chest protector. Now, much like the shin guards, the chest protector protects me from any foul tips. Basically, a foul tip is when the batter hits the ball just barely so that I can't catch it and that it hits me in the chest. And if it does that, I won't be hurt, thanks to the chest protector. Now, one of the most obvious pieces of equipment is the glove. And I like to wear batter's gloves in here as well. And in the glove, it looks a little different than a normal glove. It's got extra padding, because in the major leagues, they throw up to 100 miles an hour. And to protect my hand, there's extra pads. Also, the shape is a little bit different. It's more of a long shape than an open shape. And that's so I can catch the ball side to side without turning my wrist. The last piece of equipment we'll talk about is the mask. The mask, just like the shin guards, made of hard plastic. In case the ball hits me, I won't be injured. So it just goes on like this. And it's got a nice frame here so the ball can't get through. Now that we talked about the equipment, let's talk about the role. The first role of the catcher is to catch the ball. And it may seem like a simple thing, but pitchers aren't always accurate, and they'll throw it in the air or in the dirt. And we'll have to do a few things to block the ball, because it's still on me to catch it, even if they're throwing it in the dirt. And so what I'll do is I'll get in my stance right here, and I'll dive in front if it's on the ground. It's important that I get in front of the ball so it comes up and hits me in the chest. And we do these for two reasons. One reason is, if a runner's on first, the easiest way to steal is when the ball gets by the catcher. Because what I have to do is turn around, grab the ball, and then throw it. And if I stand here and block it, and the ball's in front, he may not run, and then I can get him out. So the next reason is to protect the umpire. The umpire, a happy umpire means good calls, so you protect your umpire. But one of the most important roles of a catcher is to call the pitches. So personally, I like to call the pitches, start with a fastball. And so we use hand signals, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So I'll start with a 1. I'm going to slap my thighs to tell them inside or outside. So I'll start with a 1, and then slap this way, and then set up. And I may call a curveball or a changeup in between. But I like to end with a curveball. So I'll put down 4, outside most of the time, and then set up. And there we are. It takes a little bit of skill, but I've done it for a few years, so it's not too difficult. Basically what I'll do is I'll take a look at the batter, because he's going to be stepping in here. And I'll see how close he is to the plate, how far he is to the plate, how big he is, or where he is in the lineup. Because if he's in the top 4, then he's probably one of the better hitters. So I'll take into account of that. Also, I'll take into account how good the pitcher is and what his best pitches are. If he's better at throwing fastballs, I'm going to call a fastball. If he's better at throwing curveballs, I'm going to call a curveball. And the next thing a catcher needs to do is to take care of your pitcher. Sometimes they get frustrated and flustered, and they'll throw it in the dirt. And it's my job to take care of it. So I was like the mother on the field, and I'll call time for the umpire, walk out to him and say, "Come on, man, let's go. One more inning, we're good. Let's go. Let's get the dugout." And then I'll get back, give him a chance to catch his breath, and I'll be calling signs again. Another thing is, if there's a runner on first or a runner on second, it is my job to try to get them when they steal. So what a runner will do is they'll lead off. Say this is first base. They'll lead off like this. And then when the pitcher releases the ball, they're going to sprint down to the next base. It is my job to catch the ball and throw it at them. So what I'll do is I'll get back in the stance. I usually have my right foot back, my left foot forward. I'll do that more exaggeratory for this case. And when the ball comes across, I'll take a step and throw it down to second. And if it goes right, it can be tricky, but if it goes right, we'll get them out. Now, one of the last things a catcher needs to do is protect the plate. And so I'll get up here and step in front of the plate. And this can be tricky because people... Oh! And that's how you be a catcher. It may be a little dangerous, but if it's done well, it can be very rewarding.